Yo, what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing on this wonderful evening? Yeah, I'm just trying to open my Epic Pen up real quick, guys. Yo, no credits, All Stars, Bayo, Stack, Munners, Long and Short, Chum, Aaron, JJ, John Brennan, Bill B. What's going on, everybody? How is everybody doing? You guys are competing now, huh? Competing to get in there? Who got the first 3 likes? So, what I wanted to get into today and this afternoon was basically just a recap of our, our Sunday market analysis. We're gonna get to see the live open. Let's head over to trading view real quick. Switch over to the ES. We can see the actual market open. We could break it down so we could see both at the same time. Boom. All right. There's a little bit of an echo. Oh, I don't know what's going on with that. Competing on the like button. Yo, yo, bang, yo, yo. KAJ Xer. What's up, man? Tommy J, Martin B, Double R. Got the notification for the YT for once. JJ, I'm actually looking at getting in short. There's a lot of buying right there off that VWAP, but kind of looks like a decent short opportunity to me. We're seeing the ES open right here. I don't know what to say. Oh, when I loaded it for the month thing, that's why. Nimrez, what's up, man? Yeah, so kind of a boring open on the ES. Thought maybe we might get some stuff, but let's see. Bitcoin looks like it's starting to catch a little bit of a breath right here. Big time is not going to happen for like 2 hours, basically. You know, Asia Open is going to be where there's going to be more volume than the market reopening. Looks like we are kind of stalling out back into that structure. That big wick that we had earlier, to me, looked like that we kind of peaked down to try to get down to this structure down here. And buyers were like, no, 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 we'll take that. And then they moved it back up. So this set off my alert. That was a fast wick. Set off my alert. And so, you know, now I've got my my iPad up just ready to figure out what the next move is, right? Yeah, I don't know what just happened. It just bounced up and down. There's been some crazy wicks on Bitcoin lately, especially for the people on Bybit. I remember Binance used to do that shit too, and now it's happening again on Bybit. So maybe going over to FTX faster than I thought. Like a kid at Christmas. Yeah, I'm pumped about the boot camp, man. It's gonna be dope. I'm excited. But what I wanted to do today was just kind of take a look at the overall market, kind of see what we've got going on, and dig in a little bit, and then talk a little bit about the TPO bootcamp that starts tomorrow, and then look at some COT reports. We could actually probably start off. Let's just start off with these COT reports. So for those of you guys that are new, a COT report shows us the commitment of trading. That's what COT stands for, commitment of traders. Comes from the CME, because the Bitcoin futures are only traded through one exchange, and that's the CME, right? The actual futures, not the futures that are on like Bybit or by Binance and all that shit. So we're seeing right here, it looks like asset managers added a little bit to their long position and nothing to their short position, right? So typically a report like this where it's kind of unchanged doesn't really give us any decent information. What we can do is go back to the chart on the 24th when this was taken. Where's the 24th at here? And we can kind of see what's going on. So the bigger market players decided to add a little bit to their long position right after this falling down. So they're jumping in a swing position there, and they're gonna hold that. But they didn't add any to their short. They kind of had thought the short side was over, a little bit more, not too much, and they're buying it up. And we're kind of getting a pullback above this other structure over here, which is good. You can see we're making consecutive higher lows on these pullbacks. Weren't able to get into any excess right here, and then the market came up here, consolidated, and then it bumped up. Crazy wick though, but just to flush out, probably just to flush out weak longs and build some more liquidity so they can continue to move whatever direction that they want to move. We saw some one-time framing, ripped all the stops, came right down to the bottom of P but couldn't take P. That lets you know supply shut off down here. Price came back up, buyers bought it up, and now we hit that same seller that was up here on the S period, and we're seeing the buying go on one tick higher right here on this T period. All right, as far as the volume goes, we're not seeing too much. This is more of just a wait and see thing. For those of you guys that are on Bybit, I would recommend finding this is ETH2. Recommend finding something else to trade besides Bitcoin because of this, right? And that thing just takes out pretty much the whole. Where's the mouse? Thing takes out all of these stops, right? Just rides it down. See, that would have been your ticket to get short right there, and you just broke value area high. You rejected the top. Now you start one-time framing down. This bar opens, trades up, can't trade up, comes down, and there's probably not a lot of selling going on during this time. But what's happening is all of these people are selling. So no new selling, but just selling. And we come right to the bottom of that structure and then trade straight back up. That's one of those trades like you'd have to be sitting on your computer ready to nail that. What's up, Big Blaze? Clock Watcher? Andrew, what's up, man? It's raining where you're at? I'll take some of that over here, man. It's yeah, it is. It's gonna continue up. It looks like it wants to. Let's see if it can run these stops right here. Was it on all the coins? Oh, did the Cowboys win? No. No, they lost. There goes those stops. We haven't seen this lady in a while. Boom, right through that stop. It just ran right through it. So that looks, looks good. Same thing's going on ETH right now too. About to break out. So maybe Bitcoin can drag us up, right? Came right to the top, one tick failed, come back down. This is going to be where you look to see your buyer at, right? Where you used to have sell volume. That's where buyers should step up and support that area, and then it should take off, right? So right here would be a pretty decent long opportunity without risking much. You go long here and put your stop loss right here. So you're long 45-ish, where you get filled. Stop goes 33, right below the value area high. You're going to target this bottom of structure, 32.64 and 32.75. That's what we're looking for on ETH right there. Dang, your golf course. Oh, no. Pass. Never mind. Yeah, so the aggressive short triggered. So well, especially if when you watch this thing form, it was quick. So I just put an alert on TradingView. Slow chart. Well, I guess we can kind of just look at this chart since we're already switched over to it. So for the past 24 hours, looking like ADA is up just barely. Everything's kind of just hanging around except in the mid, except AVAX, which is down 5%. Sol's taking a little bit of a breather. I still wouldn't consider Sol, even if it's down 24 hours, not really a worry. BNB's been down past couple of days, and I don't know. It looks to me like it wants to give up, or it's just not going to be able to maintain. And especially with, I think if Binance keeps losing people, then they're going to have a tough time maintaining all of that. What are we going to look at? Let's look at BNB. You can see we've drawn some levels, and Bybit's pretty much stayed within our levels for the past couple of days over the weekend. But if you guys remember Friday's trade plan, right? I think talked about, have to look for sure. I think, yeah, I did. Yeah, here it is. So I said BNB looks to be struggling here, not jumping on the rally yet with ETH and ADA. BNB has been a hard charger the past few days, but looks to be feeling some selling pressure. Should make a nice move either way. It's up to build value, or if supply shuts off, then we could really move. All right. And that's kind of one of those plays that I'm still after. So that was on Friday the 27th, and we've been kind of bearish, because if we look at ADA, it came back just like BNB did, but it bounced up, right? Broke out of this kind of triangle that it was in, and bounced up, and is now back into our value area where we've seen it before. Remember, we made these two balance zones, so it's back in one of our upper balance zones. What's up, Luis? Guess it was real. Dang, someone just, I mean, that's all it takes on the weekends, though. That's the thing. So you wonder if it was real. We go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's breaking out. Nice. There it goes. That's what I was gonna say. You wonder if it was just some whale like pulling all of the bids, and someone just buying it all up, or someone just literally just saying, "I'll take all of this and let's go." Yeah, Bill B, it is. Yeah, just go into the Discord and put a thumbs up on the post that I posted on the TPO grads, and I'll add you. What's up, Dave? Yeah, so we're seeing this. We're seeing it start to pull out, right? And we're going to see if ETH is going to jump on board. So let's go to our lines chart, right? And we kind of see these were about 50 before. ETH is just lagging behind a decent amount, actually. We'll see if it catches up. Trend lines? I always draw those triangle lines, man. Those are the only lines that I like. Because what happens here is, and the reason that I like this is because we have this kind of range extension, right? So we get an imbalance, we fail, right? Demand shuts off, we start trading down, we get back into structure, and still nobody wants to buy it because of the momentum that it had. So it keeps trading lower until supply runs off, and then trades in. And so by looking at this from the top to the bottom, this is going to show you the range expansion, right? So this is where it looked above and failed, right? And that actually lines up with our bigger triangle. So it looked above and failed. I wanted to see if it was going to compress and which way it was going to decide. And so that's what gives me my basically a fade trade. So my thoughts were on the breakout as it comes up to this top, is it going to come back to here and test and then bounce, or is it going to drop all the way to this low structure, find some support, and if not, continue down? But this gives me the opportunity to short. If it comes up to here, it gives me the opportunity to catch the movement back down in, right? And I can just put my stop loss right up here. That's kind of what I like about these triangles. Shows you that compression. So it shows you that kind of the fight back and forth between these buyers and sellers is getting kind of chippy, and then eventually one's going to run the other one over. That's what it kind of articulates to you. What? All right, drink a juice. Jonathan Gabriel, what's up, man? All right, let's look at a couple others, and then we'll get into the futures market, and we'll look at a couple more COT reports as well, and then we'll jump into some options to wrap it up. I wanted to look at our, well, everyone's favorite crypto right now. Maybe this, or maybe Sol's everyone's favorite crypto right now. But we're seeing some nice value get put in. But we still have not broken this level, I don't believe. We break it? I don't think so. Yeah, we're doing it. So, you know, this is going to be, it should be on your list of things to watch. Watch that high on ADA, right? Because we know once it breaks a high, it can really run, right? It pulled back, found some buyers, popped back up to the same structure. We know as soon as it breaks a top, it just likes to go, right? Consolidates for a couple days, breaks that top, goes. Now we pulled back to this previous structure. I would even argue that it's above the previous structure. You kind of see that value area is right at where this point of control kind of lines up right with value area low of this low structure where buyers really stepped up, which tells you that value is shifting up. And then, you know, when it decided to go, it decided to go, right? Let's refresh that chart. I think it's loading weird. And so we saw the excess come down and couldn't get back down to these lower single prints. So other levels to watch on ADA are of course going to be, you know, value area low. You've got all these stops kind of lined up, or a failure to get up to this all-time high on a breakout can let you know if you take the breakout trade that you need to get out of the breakout trade, or if you are Andy and you're in the chat and you're looking for your fade trade, that 298 level is going to be your ticket to the fade back down to value area high, and then, you know, let it run if it runs. All right, let's take a look at Link. Link is probably my second favorite just because it's so easy to trade. If you guys take a peek at Link, a lot of times you'll start to see this, you know, clear indication that there's a seller right there, right? It doesn't get, you know, it doesn't get more clear. I mean, this thing trades like a puzzle. Are you using candlestick chart with TPO to make your trades? No, the reason I have the candlesticks on is because on, what's it called? EXO charts, they don't have the open and the close, and it does make it easier for you guys on stream to see. So, you know, my main concern is you guys, so I just leave it on there so you can see it. But I can trade off a candlestick chart. I just, you know, I've just been doing it so long, I can look at it. You know, I can kind of grab the screen, squeeze it together, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I see where the value's at, right? You know, just for you guys. my chart. You guys, I mean, you guys see my chart on NinjaTrader. There's no candlesticks. Yeah, it's way easier to set alerts on TradingView. Yeah, and it's pretty easy to set alerts on TD Ameritrade and also on NinjaTrader as well. I'm not sure about the alert system on Sierra, but I'm sure there is one. Let me see. Yeah, and then another one, Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin hasn't had very much. It's been, I don't know if it's had maybe light volume, but it's been just like really kind of choppy. So there'd be other better coins to trade out there, unless you just get on the trend, right? And the trend is up. So if you just wait for a decent long setup, you could probably get on this. But for me, I'm not gonna mess with it. Probably just It'll probably just piss me off, honestly. Let's take a peek at the futures COT reports real quick. All right, so we are seeing the ES as of last Tuesday, the 24th. Asset managers are taking some off their long position, adding a little bit to their short position. Not really a big number, right? Especially because they added some here, so they just switched them. Mostly just profit taking. And if we take a look at the chart real quick, you can see how we kind of had this huge rally to the upside, but we didn't really put in any real volume. I think we're kind of opening on a gap, it looks like. Let's make these a little bit more transparent. All right, I'll tell the difference. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, opened up, looked back into value, came right to a tick below the point of control, and then traded back to the open, right? So what that tells us right away is there's what kind of traders to in the market. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I don't know if that's a real message or not. Telegram, I don't know. Who's got the answer? What kind of traders are these that are buying right here? Right, market trades down. They buy the point of control from Friday's session. Such a nice message had to get removed, huh? What a shame. Um, these are short-term traders, right? So what they're probably counting on, and probably what already happened, is mechanical. Yes, exactly. Long and short, exactly. They're mechanical. Short-term and short-term traders are mechanical traders. But what we're seeing here is you're seeing it open up everyone else, right? So here's the position, right? And let me explain it on here. Let's just open NinjaTrader real quick. I'll just explain it. So basically Friday's session, right? Because this is the first bar. So this is our first bar because we're still in our first half hour of the day, right? So from here to here, right, you see where the position is at, right? So what do you think? What do you think they're gonna do with their position, right? Because they bought this all up at the end of the market on Friday. Here's the close on Friday, right here. So they own all of this. All right, so here's the open. Where is the open today? Why is the bottom moving? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe the open's right here. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense that it would keep moving. Here, what I will do It's just open indicator. This thing's just gonna worthless. Any day now. Okay, so market makers and wholesale, they absorb all this position here. What's up, Bearish? Oh no, it's taking over. All right. And what happens is off the open, which is here, the market takes everything up, right? And they start selling it down, selling it down. I'm opening up NinjaTrader. I'll be able to tell you how much volume's in here in a second. And as they're selling it, start to get all of these additional sellers, retail mostly, selling it, right? Because what they're seeing is that it popped up, double top. They're waiting to go, you know, they're like, this thing's going down. It's going all the way down, you know, and that's what they that's how they kind of get at, you know what I mean? And so, and then they get trapped down here, and now the price goes right back to the open. Right? I don't know why the bottom of this green bar is moving though. It's irritating me. Let me open up an ES chart that is just candlesticks and a volume profile. All right, while we're waiting for that, go to back to the COT reports. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Oops. Where's the NASDAQ at? Maybe it's this one. What's up, Young Cryptic? What's up, Freddie? I'm not sure why. Oh, this is. I know why. My legacy. That's why. I knew it was messed up. Here it is. So we're seeing on the NASDAQ, right? These buyers just took a bit of profit, but you can see they added a little bit to their short side, right? Getting close to being net even. You know, 65,000 over here, 43,000 over here. That can, once that starts to balance out, that's going to let you know that institutional money is starting to lean, right? Because we've seen them be bullish or more buying than selling, but that's a big indication right there. Definitely something big to pay attention to. Also take a look at the 10-year. We're seeing people take profits and shorten their selling position. Let's look at the dollars futures. Look at this. Pretty big position added, almost a 10% position add on the upside for the US dollar as of last Tuesday. But that was kind of our big pullback day in the crypto market, so that kind of makes sense. But they also shortened their short position as well, so they're really bullish because they cut this thing almost in half. So that's another thing you definitely want to be paying attention to. Let's take a peek at gold real quick. You guys want to look at some oats or some feeder cattle or anything like that? Let's take a look at oil actually real quick. Where's crude? So you see, oops, down here. What's going on? I think I'm on the wrong one again. Crypto Incognito, what's up, man? How's it going? Crude oil, here we go. All right. So you can see on crude oil, they added a little bit to their long position, but took a ton off their short position. So we'll take a look at that as well. You know, if I were you guys, I'd be taking notes. I'm taking notes right now. So, because it's the first time I'm going through these videos. So if it seems like I'm going slow or something like that, it's really just because I'm trying to make sure that I get everything down that I needed so I don't have to do this again. This is just something that I do every Sunday anyways. And so I just figured, you know, why not include everyone at the trade vets to kind of tune in and, you know, take what they want from it. Sometimes it does run a little bit long, but, you know, what can you do? We're definitely going to be watching oil. And we'll just take a peek at some gold real quick. Yeah, big size position taken off of the short side on gold, right? We're looking at managed money. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, having a good day. And they added a bunch of their long position on gold, right? So basically they took off their long position, added it, or took off their short position, added it to their long position, and then some. So that tells us that they not only got rid of some of their short, but they straight took that short, added it to the other side. So they clicked that reverse button that I tell you guys never to touch, right? They're on it. 1 second, guys. All right, my bad. Nitrate cattle? Nah. Nothing to I mean, I've never looked in that. I just recently started exploring trading bonds more often. I've been trading the Nasdaq a lot. It's been having nice structure, so normally trade the ES like during the mornings when there's some actual good movement, and then switch to the Nasdaq when just catch some quick breakout trades and stuff. Let me what yeah, go ahead quietly though. VWAPs. This I'm just loading up this other chart for you guys so you guys can actually information besides TradingView's kind of giving us a hard time today. All right, so take a peek at NinjaTrader. I don't know, my volume profiles are super cool looking. So here's Friday session, and then you can see kind of today's session as well right here. Shrink this down a bit, widen it up. $49,990. Let me look at the Bitcoin chart real quick for you. Where's it? Oops. My keyboard's sideways, so it's hard to type. Yeah, my target was this right here. 49.9 was for the long position from yesterday, but my target right now is 47.08. ADA is pumping too, yeah. Let's jump back into the futures real quick. So just so I could show you guys this example, right? Oh shit. For things that I want you guys to be looking for as you're paying attention, like a little bit more close, right? So we can see that market traded up. This is Friday's session and this is today's session. You can see where all the volume got put in. So you saw people try to buy it up. They were able to get right to the same height and couldn't buy anymore. They got exhausted, and as they trade down, they traded it all the way down to here, which is the point of control where all the volume was traded the previous session, right? Or the most volume was traded the previous session. And if we go to the other chart, load this bad boy. What, Curtis? No. You can see all the value get put in here, right? Here's a prominent point of control. So let's go ahead and actually mark this level right here. It's gonna be a level to watch, maybe throughout tonight's session or through tomorrow's session for sure. Let's mark this. Let's change the see if it acts as a support line. Mark it in blue so we know to pay attention to it. What? Sure. All right, so that's something that we're going to be paying attention to. Does the screen look like it's blinking for you guys? Soul goes, ADA goes, I don't go. That's the worst. All right, so we're seeing the B open here. You're going to see if buyers are going to step up here to push it up, or if they're just going to let it, trickle on down. Let's bring the other chart back up. And so on the gold report, we were looking at them take basically all of their short position off, add it to their long. So let's take a peek at gold. Oops, not what I wanted to do. All right, so we can see gold here. Gold trades in like pennies, so it's gonna be a little bit more zoomed out. Let's see where our point of control was on Friday. So point of control was actually down here in 1810 level. So that's going to be, a lot of volume to kind of eat through, but you can see that it's already kind of losing its value up at the top for gold. So, maybe we see a pullback overnight, good spot to watch. Well, these singles probably be a good spot to watch. And then also where this prominent point of control was at, basically where G period was able to kind of find a little bit of buying. So look for some buyers to come in around there, that 1817. So that might not be a decent pullback to catch to that long side. I will be watching that one for sure. Then we wanted to look at, there it goes. So look where it's failing at. It failed like below this bar, so it really needs to find some buyers. This is what kind of makes me cautious when I see stuff like this. See all these buyers stepping in, but we still have 2 hours until actual buyers turn their computers on. So it seems like they're getting up early, preloading the market, and all those people are going to wake up that trade the Asia session around the world. They're going to get long thinking, oh, we're going back to 50K because 50K is just right here, and then they're going to put big size on and dump it down. Of course I could be 100% wrong too, so there's that. Mar and Lisa gave us commercial break. Who the fuck's that? Oh, the spammers. Yeah, let's look at some options that I had posted. Let me find Discord real quick. We can kind of look through them. Where are they at? Stocks and options. Okay. What we wanted to look at was DoorDash. Maybe the first one. There's DSS is there. Nope. Oh. Stock. Oh, it's Dash. That makes sense. So the reason I'm looking at Dash is because we're kind of running into a. Oh, if I show this one on the right, can I not show the intro ones? For trading view has so many good things, but it just like removes my stuff all the time. And all right, so we're seeing DoorDash trade back down into this kind of previous value, and this is kind of the reason that I'm watching it, because it has probably like a balance zone from around this area here, and you saw that it kind of popped up out of this balance area, reject these highs, and then trades back down in. So if it can't catch a bid, the chances of it trading back down where there's previous volume, gonna be a good chance of that 183 level, right? So basically all I'm doing is I'm writing down on my book, okay, DoorDash from current price to 183, right? Because it's a Monday, we get a little bit more leniency with the calls because we still have some time before Theta decides to take all of the juice out of our plays. Coles was the next one that I was looking at. You can see Coles, it's just trying its hardest to come back. It back tested this line right here. This time it can't make an all tongue tied. Can't make a new high, right? So get a high here, pops up, gets high here, pulls back, doesn't get high, pulls back. There's a high. Here's the first higher high, but it pulled back on Friday, and it pulled back pretty sharp. Big time because of the Nordstrom's news. Nordstrom's got murdered, so did Kohl's and Macy's and all of those other places. It pulled back down into a little bit of value on this pullback and then got bought up. When it opens, what we're going to watch for on Kohl's is as it opens, is it going to open below value during the pre-market? So during these gold spaces, you have the kind of more soft one is aftermarket, and the bright one is, well, bright-ish is pre-market. So if we get a little bit more selling in the pre-market, we're setting up to break these levels, and this 57.17 is it's a break level for Kohl's, because I think Kohl's would have a better chance of coming all the way back down to 55.50, and it's also forming this big triangle. But it's going to have a lot of balance down here around the 54 level, so it'll try here at the 56. If it breaks that, that's going to be a nice move. I'll look for long-term plays on this one though, and with that quantitative easing coming around, that could be on the horizon pretty much. What was the other one I wanted to look at? Visa. I was looking at a lot of these bank stocks actually, and the reason is because a lot of them are looking pretty weak, which normally means, in my opinion, what I think people do what I think people will do this time, knowing that the banks got bailed out the last time that this happened, I have a feeling that that's where they're going to put all their money. Right? So if they put all of their money into a bank stock, yeah, they're not going to, it's not going to get the pay of, of a Amazon or an Apple or something like that. But the thought process behind it, at least for me, is that they could they could bail out the banks again, which I'm pretty sure if something like that were to happen, that's what would happen, is they would bail out some of these banks, because that's kind of how they maintain. And I've marked these 3 levels, as you can see, that I think what I'm looking for on Visa is a spot to buy in. I think I might add a small position here, add a small position here, and then add a small position here if we get down there. That looks like a nice strong support for me, and it's going all the way back to March. And we've been kind of just climbing higher. We're finally getting a pullback to test these prior tops that we tested, broke, back tested. So this could be a nice spot to catch a long-term move on these guys, right? Not financial advice, educational purposes only. You guys know the drill, but that's one thing that I'm watching. Trade for fun, IBKR. And if you guys have anything that you want me to look at, let me know. I'll type them. BKR, my bad. BKR. Whoa. This. Not a lot of volume. I don't know. I wouldn't trade this at all, to be honest with you. Unless you're trading on a different exchange. This is not a pretty chart. If I see a chart like this, I'll just say pass. I wanted to look at all the tech stocks. What's going on with here? My keyboard. I think my keyboard's dying. And charge it. There it is. Yeah, so Adobe's breaking out. Adobe's looking pretty strong. We have a nice balance area from here. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's yeah, that's what he does. Yeah. Nobody cares. Yeah, exactly. Nobody cares about the value of the money. They just care if they have it or not. Yeah. So Adobe's got a little balance zone. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia put in a little bit of balance right here. Back tested it. So some balance down here. Back tested it and then went on the rise. So Nvidia would be too late for the party. And this is all these chip plays, right? And I'll be honest with you, I'm looking for long and shorts on these chip plays because I think once these chips get done, right? And I'm also thinking on a used car play as well. And there's ways that we can try to make money on a used car play, which would be cool. But it's kind of the same idea with this is once those chips get released, the demand for them is going to go down, right? Once the manufacturer gets their shit together and starts pumping out 3080 GPUs, then, everyone that wants one that can't get one now is going to buy it up. A little bit of time is going to go by, right? They're going to do some ads to get the demand back up. People are going to buy it up. People are going to buy it up. But eventually, the demand is going to wear out. And with this quantitative easing, they're not going to be able to keep the demand because I think that they're kind of just withholding it on purpose to drive it up. Because if you look at some of these chip makers, right? If we scroll back on some of them, AMC. Oh, I'm on AMC. What am I doing? I'm at AMD. You guys are just letting me fucking sit on AMC like an idiot. If you look at AMD, they're still way below their high, right? Way below it, right? And let's look at Nvidia. Go back to Nvidia real quick. They're way past, right? So it would make sense that AMD, who's Nvidia's basically #1 competitor, is kind of withholding some of their chips because they want to catch up, right? Because they're way behind. Let's see. I wanted to look at HD quick. Home Depot's finding itself in a balance area, so Home Depot might be an interesting play this week. We could let's look at some random length lumber contracts. We could tell Managed Money added a little bit to their short position, right? And they're net short. So if we look at this, Managed Money, 301 to 25. They added 16, didn't take anything off their long. So net short. Home Depot, that's pretty much what they do. So, might be a decent spot to actually look for a short. I'll have to keep keep an eye on that. Let's take a peek at Zoom. Zoom has earnings. For some, or what I'm thinking about Zoom is we might, when is earnings? 30 August. So it's tomorrow. Okay. What if it's pre-market or post-market? So we'll have to see how it acts in the morning. If you get some buying showing up on Zoom, we could see some good upside just because how far we've come down, right? And what we'll do is we'll target this area here, right? This 362. So if we get some volatility, what you can do is you can jump on a couple of options plays, just ride the volatility for a little bit and then get out, right? You only got to hold on for a couple of seconds and you can still make some money. Let's look at MU. Little Micron. Yeah, Micron's kind of lagging behind as well, right? Big time. Micron's more of a newer company though. We can see it consecutive. Well, this one, yeah, it's basically double. And then it just started making lower highs. And then it's having an exhaustion spike up here. Zoom in so we can actually see it, but you're seeing probably some news right here. Sellers brought it back to reality. It gapped down. They tried to sell it down. Buyers bought it back up down here. It rallied into the next day, right to where that first buyer stepped in and lost all this money up here on this double distribution day. And then this trend day, probably all these people that got short the day before, so them getting stopped out. There wasn't high volume on Friday at all. If we look at, is there a way to add like daily volume? Or we can just do this. Volume. Volume. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, so we can see, low volume. And you could just tell that it's low volume by how they were trading. Low volume compared to the week. It looks like maybe the 23rd, the Friday before that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, the Friday before that was another pretty low volume day as well. So what about the used car? Okay, so this is what I'm thinking about the used car, right? So used cars right now are more expensive than they've ever been, right? Let's just find us a nice article to take a peek at. Let me move my nope. I already took it. Oops. Used car value. On the news. What? Sure. It's like every car is a Ferrari right now. Used car values soar amid inventory shortage, and so this is my thinking right here. There's an inventory shortage, right? And it's on a couple of these. Right, used car market is on steroids, right? High values of used cars maybe finally dropping. So this is something to pay attention to. 1 month they haven't dropped, but these are just normal articles that are going to come out that are going to be telling you how to buy a used car and not a lemon. Let's see. Take a peek at a couple more. 10 used cars to sell right now. Things like this. And here's the reason. Auto chip shortage has new car lots empty. So the reason that nice used cars are so expensive right now is because they don't have any supply. right? And this is how I want you guys to think about stuff like this, because then when you see it, when you're watching the market, you'll be like, holy shit, it makes 100% sense. And then you'll start looking at everything that way, and you'll be like, fucking goddamn supplies drying up, driving all these goddamn prices up, right? You're gonna start market profiling everything. And so what's happening is people are offering big money. I actually went to the dealership on Friday to just check it out, and they offered a pretty substantial amount of money for my car, right? You guys know I drive a 2020 Altima. It's the the fancy version, but they offered to give me $21,000 cash for the car, right? That's a lot for a used car, right? Because I've traded in a car before and I get shit. This is like back in 2015. They gave me nothing. They're like, no, 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 your car's. It was, it was just an older Altima. I've driven Altimas for a while now. It was just an older Altima. And so what I'm thinking is when these new cars, when these chips are done, because that's why they can't produce any of these new cars, because they need those chips, because they all have smart computers and fucking all that shit. So they have to have these chips. Well, because they're on a shortage, not able to release any of these new cars, or definitely not at the rate of the demand right now for a new car, right? Because rich people can't have a new car for, once it's like a month old, they're like, ah, fuck. They take it back and they trade it in and they get a different car, right? Well, now they're having to be like, yeah, we don't have any new cars. You guys gotta figure it out. And when they do get those chips, you're gonna start seeing car lots fill up, right? And for those of you guys that live near like a big car lot, take a peek at it and then think back to it, how it normally is, right? It's not as full as it usually is. And if it is, it's full of like shit cars that aren't like the top shelf cars, which it should be full of top shelf cars, because that's what dealerships normally do. So what's going to happen is all of these used cars are going to go down, right? So used car sales are going to go down. And so what I'm trying to figure out is how to kind of take that into effect, right? So who benefits when used car sales are up, and who benefits when used car sales are down is how I'm thinking about this. So let's say who benefits, can't spell, from car prices. Let's just start there. From car prices going up. Consumer will pay. Let's just find one. That we like. Look at this one. Just scan through it, right? Try to find something that is going to show you who's making the money off all of these cars going up. All this pretty much nothing. Say used car prices going up. Same article, so nothing nothing beneficial. Well, let's see what CNBC said. They normally say something good. Did you tell them you only take crypto? What was that for? Carvana, CarMax. So dealers are paying more for used autos, which means you get more on a trade-in, like I was talking about, right? Average U.S. cars priced by vehicle. The average price for a used vehicle has jumped more than 21% from about 400 from 2,900 a year ago. For new cars, buyers are paying roughly 40,000 up to 4.9% for a year ago. So what's happening, and their car sales haven't slowed down. All right, let's see if we can find car sales. Here we go. Perfect. Q2, people are taking about the same payments about the same length. They're paying a little bit less, or paying yeah, a little bit less. So we're seeing it kind of go down, but this is where they're making up on the back end, right? They're making up a higher APR and they're requiring more money down, right? So this is what they're doing. And you could see they're kind of trying to trick people. Let's look at Carmex and Carvana. Oh yeah, yeah, I'll pull them up. But yeah, they're kind of tricking people into there. That's funny. We're getting all the hackers in here today, huh? All the weirdos. Let's go back to. Well, let's take a peek at who's winning the day right now. Nasdaq is up 0.04, Dow's flat, ES is flat, dollar's barely down, gold's down a bit, the Russell's dropping. So people are kind of nervous about those small caps. You see oil's down, so oil must have gapped down. Doesn't look like there's a lot of volume. Opera browser. Oh, for the stream? Are they gonna remember all my stuff like Chrome does? Other chart out. Here we go. So look, they got him. Look at this. This is called for my basketball fans in here. This is the market maker doing a double move. Okay, so let's think about this. They bought all this shit here. Market opened up. They brought it up. They got rid of all their inventory, right? Because every retail trader is trying to short, trying to short, trying to short, right? Well, they bought it from here. They sold it on the open. Comes down. Sellers are selling it. Short-term traders trying to get in. They're like, oh, it's going to go down. I want to get in, right? Retail's sitting down here, or not retail, institutional money sitting down here. They buy it up. They bring it back up. And what are they doing now? They're selling it back to the same people that just got stopped out. It's just like, hit them with that double move, and now they're going to go in for the dunk. Because now what's happening is they're thinking that it's going to bounce again because they're not watching the structure of the market. They're going to come and bring it down here. They're going to back test it and they're going to dump it down. That's just what I think, right? Or they'll hit them with one of these, right? Little double move, back test. They'll get short again. You'd have to kind of see the velocity that we're coming down at. Take a look at this. We see supply shut off a little bit down here. Look where all the volume's at. That's where all the volume's at. That's where all the time is at. So as we watch this go back up for my ES traders, if it doesn't break the B high, why not try a short? Put your stop right there, right? Take your stop. If you don't take your stop, you can end up sitting in a bad trade all day, and then look for them to repair this poor low, right? That's a good trade. Me, that's actually a great trade. I really like that. Oh, this is gold. Fuck. I'm looking at the ES. That's actually a great trade on gold, though. Yeah, I'll set that up. In 21, what did I? 21. Okay. Brave browser works nice. Blocks all the ads. I mean, I have like the premium version of this. Doesn't of Trading View. Those some ads sneak through sometimes. Yeah, so the ES, you kind of see that they're pulling a little double move on them. What we're gonna look at Carvana. what's their thing called? Carvana. Yo, Carvana's getting shit on lately. That's interesting. Guess we got kind of deciphered this news a little bit too late. I'd been hearing about how car prices were so high, but then didn't really occur to me to really check it in the market or kind of connect the dots until uh recently. I'll say. Um, so there's a nice balance zone right there. If we just clone this thing, put it right above, nice balance zone right above as well. But we'll see, maybe we return, back test this range, don't hold it, catch a nice move down. So see how it opens on Monday. Maybe it gets a little bit of pressure to the downside, trades back into structure. We'll have to watch it right there because that's where it filled the gap at. But then we could catch a ride down, maybe. What's up, Shep? But other than that, there's not really much else I wanted to look at. So if you guys don't want to look at anything, we'll probably just call it there. I do encourage you, if you are a new member, to check out the boot camp that starts next week. Go to thetradevets.com and check in the boot camp. There's only 7 seats left now. We've had a lot of people sign up the past couple of days, so if you guys are on here, welcome. 7 seats available. Could go pretty quick. Maybe we'll have extra room. I'm not sure. So we'll see. Either way, it's going to be good. You have some opportunities to sign up for the live trade room, and then if you're interested in checking out some testimonials, definitely some testimonials on here, and then there's also some in the Discord. And to get to the Discord, if you're looking at the YouTube video that we're all looking at, you're going to scroll down. You're going to find the Discord right here. It's www.discord.gg/thetradevets. We have Chappies channel down here as well. We have the thing for the bootcamp, Instagram, Twitter, and the Twitch TV for those of you guys that want faster connection. What a lot of people do is watch on Twitch and comment on YouTube. But I could see all the comments, so bootcamp rocks. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Can we look at BNB? Yeah, sure. On daily. We go on for a moment. Hang on, guys. I'm looking at this gold position quick. Life changing wealth. You guys are too funny. Yeah, so BNB, man. I've been, looking for this thing to finally break. It's been, it's been strong, been really strong. It was kind of leading the way until ADA caught some life, and it's still a lot, more expensive um, than ADA, but we are seeing, kind of this little pinching point coming to it with BNB, and with it not able to take this high really off of this bounce, right, where it has most of this value is around this area here. With this bounce, it's got to take this high, but if it doesn't take this high, that might be my sign that I'm going to swing short and try to take BNB down for a ride down to these 450s. That's kind of where I want to see it go. But yeah, so And if we look on the TPO, take a look at BNB. You got to look at it through Binance because it doesn't have it on here on EXO charts. You can see that it's getting this value shifting lower. So basically, the way that I'm looking at this, you got all this value put in over here, big range, right? It goes up, fails, comes down, bounces, right? Finds some buyers, goes back into our value, goes to test the up and says no, 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 no. Comes all the way back down, makes a lower low, comes up. Now another seller's coming in because price is below the VWAP, so he feels more confident. He's coming in and he's going to try to push it down, right? Like I said, we are kind of in this pattern. So like, this tightening pattern where we're getting, less and less price action recently. We had the big tightening right here, a real big breakout, and we're getting back into the same little space right here. The board's getting kind of clogged, but this same little space right here, as here, right? We're getting into that same spot, and you can see that there's a seller just lurking right there on the VWAP, right? It looks like a bullish divergence. What's telling you bullish divergence? What are you getting the divergence from? Go to this. I like this cumulative delta volume. This one. This. All right. This is what I like to look at when I'm looking for divergences. So if you're looking for a divergence, see what we can find. So where are you getting your bullish divergence from? Is it on a different chart, like a different time chart? Tahoon. Me, kind of a lower high, yeah, lower high, lower high. This was a bearish divergence right here, right? Higher high here, lower high here. There's a triple support in the 477 USD. Such a poem. Triple support in 477 USD. What are you on a 30-minute time frame though? That's the thing that sucks about, it's hard to get like perfect levels when it comes to crypto because everybody's kind of trading on different things. You just have to kind of compare them. MCA tells you that it's green dots on the 2-hour time frame. Is that market cipher? Market cipher A? Is that a market cipher thing? Um, I don't know about market cipher, bro. So you're on a daily and a 4-hour too. Daily. We can look at the daily. I like looking at a daily chart. Green dots on market cipher. Green dots. Red X. Green dots. Yellow X. I'm not gonna get into it. So if we're looking at a daily chart, let's go ahead and get rid of the volume. So we don't need it for the daily. Turn it on to big guy. Just this 4 6 per row. 1,000. Oh, we want to say 100. To 75. All right, that's cool. Green dots get a rope. That's who I thought you were new. Yeah, you should jump in the Discord, bro. Um, yeah, so you're seeing a lot of volume, definitely right here. This is where that point of control's at, this 485, you say down on the 477. Um, yeah, I could see that for sure. Look at this structure here. This is on the daily chart. You're seeing buying going on in this level, right? And you're seeing a lack of selling as well. In that yellow X. Market cipher works most of the time. No, I don't think it's a scam, right? I think there's ways to use it to trade. But if if you know market structure, you're going to be seeing these things before they're happening. You have to wait on an indicator to tell you that. You know what I mean? That's kind of the tough thing. And then what's happening, and the thing that kind of gets me turned off about it, right? Um, is that what happens is you're seeing these green dots or whatever you're seeing right now. I can't see your screen. Um, we're seeing that you're on a 2 hour, so you're seeing the move on a 2 hour, but then you like scan into like a 7 minute to find a position, and then that kind of defeats the purpose. And so for me, right, and everyone has their own trading style. I like to see things as they're happening, or see the setup, see kind of before, and so play it off of that, right? A lot of times when I mean, even when I first started trading crypto and first started coming on the channel, I was having a lot better entries than a lot of people. And that was because they were having to wait on a lagging indicator, right? Um, and that's not like that's not a like a down put to market cipher, right? Um, it's just all indicators are lagging, if that makes sense. TPO is a time price opportunity chart, and it looks like this. Let me go back to my other screen. I was just using candlesticks because this takes a little bit to load. So right here, we're looking at a gold chart, right? Let's go ahead and let's look at the ES just so we can see some better structure. So right here, we're looking at the ES, right? We have some levels marked. Like we said, we have our prominent point of control down here. We have a little price gap in here, our VPOC from 8/27/2021. 30% of the time, what's going to happen? So I'm not trying to brag, Ahun, um, but if you join the Discord, or if you go back and watch one of the videos on YouTube, um, I took $1,000 and turned it into more bucks without using market cipher, and with a lot more consistency than 30%. Um, so just something to think about, right? And never shut yourself off from learning new things, right? If you're using market cipher and it's working for you, if it's only working for you 30% of the time, I'd say maybe it's time to broaden your horizon a little bit. But with market profile, we're getting to see where value's at, right? Because it's telling us by this shape where time has spent, or price has spent the most time, right? And we could bust these open so you can see how they would look on a 30-minute chart. So these would just be candlesticks on a 30-minute chart. So when it's condensed, we can see where the value is forming. Like, as we can see, we have good excess on the bottom, good excess on the top. Price fades back into the point of control where all the value is at, right? And when it comes to value, that's where price is always seeking. And if we go back to what you were talking about with where'd it go? Where did that with Binance, right? And we can go back to this chart so we can see it a little bit. What I want you to do, and this is just to see if this loads. This is just for you to use, like, against your indicators, right? To compare it to, not against, I guess, but just to to just see what it says, right? So when we get up here, right, when does the redness start, right? Because it pops here, and normally for an indicator, takes a break and it starts to go up. This is when green dots start fucking lighting up the sky, right? Boom, green dot. I could even, I could even give some on there for you, right? And that's the thing, and that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to make it the trading a little bit less stressful, a little bit less psychology, because there is less psychology that goes into that, to seeing that, and then you go, I wonder what's going to happen. But if you're trading on market profile, you're seeing, come on, sorry guys, red pen. You're seeing the market structure. You're seeing good excess. It goes right to the value area high, a very structured level, right? Comes back down into structure, tries to find some support, but gets shut off, right? Never makes it back up into this excess, and it just gets shut off. And then so we know, okay, well, as soon as it breaks structure, or as soon as it breaks this value area low, I'm getting short, right? And you're going to catch all of this because you know the points that you're going to target are going to be here where it built value, and see some rotations there, and then back down below here and you see some rotations there, and that's where you found the buyer. So it auctions down, buyers step up and they say, yeah, I'll take some of that. Steps up, it builds value in the same spot, goes up, tests value, can't get it, comes back down, more buyers step up in the same area, and then it auctions up. Clear as day, right? Does that make sense? It's kind of like actually looking at this, like I kind of see, maybe a helicopter. Right? Boom, helicopter. Yeah, I don't think it is worth it either, bro. But that's just me. I mean, you can sometimes I like to just draw some stuff, bro. That shit just hits you. It's all support and resistance. Yeah, that's all it is. And that's the thing. The best thing about the TPO is that it's breaking it down for you, so you are not having to think about what's the money flow doing, what's the stochastics doing, what's the RSI doing, what's the fucking you know all there's so much shit that it's like, what you gotta focus on this. But in reality, when you're trading the chart, and this is what the chart looks like, and we can only see this much of the chart, let's say, right? Well, what do we know from, just go this on. What do we know from these areas here, guys? But for my people that have been around for a while, you guys should know. Yeah, give your honest opinion, bro. Yeah, I don't got a thin skin, bro. Bro, Jens, I already told you, clip them, sell them. I don't care. NFT them up, bro. Just let me know how they do. You become a millionaire off of them, then you just gotta fucking buy my drinks when we go to Vegas. You'll have $1,000,000. So. I won't call you a pencil neck. No, bro, I'm not like that. But yeah, so we know that these positions are what? Short positions, right? Here's the first one getting ripped off. We see more shorts get locked out, and then boom, buyers come in and we trade up, right? We know our rotation area is here. So what we're thinking, right, what we're drawing on our chart is we're drawing all these lines, right? These are all on our chart. I wish I could make it so it's always like this and a 2, but maybe it'll stay, who knows. So it stays like that, but not the 4. How can I change that? Who knows? Or cluster mode, color, is it in color? No, it always draws like that, stupid. Here, 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 right? And then we're gonna mark here, and we're gonna zoom in so we can see why we're marking here, where we find the downside. Okay. We're marking here because it's the top of this area, right? This is where sellers originally tried to come in, some real sellers. This is sellers getting stopped out, right? A lot of retail traders getting stopped out, and then big seller says, I'll take some, right? This is what I want. So boom, take some. Buyers say, no, we're not done. We're going to keep going it up. So we're going to mark that area. And let's watch. And then we go up to current structure, right? And areas that we're going to mark for current structure are going to be here. They're going to be here. But look where all these bars just come up to. Boom, they hit against. Boom, they hit against. Same thing. Boom, boom. This one comes up, puts in good excess. We want to mark our excess. That way we know, right? And you don't have to mark these all the time if you can just see them. Actually making a move live. So you're in luck, Tahoon. You can join the Discord, and I post the live trades sometimes hours before they happen. People from Abu Dhabi, but there are people with no analysis experience use and indicators like I do and lose. Yeah, and that's the thing is that a lot of people don't know what they're talking about. That's the thing. You've got to find somebody that makes the good stuff happen, right? But you're in luck because you can join our Discord, the Trade Vets. I can invite you right now. Should I send Jcoin a message? Who's old school in here? Good about Vic. Fuck you, bad. But so you can come in here and it's free, and you can look at these trade alerts, right, that I post, and you can go. I'll make sure I add it. I don't know if I did have it. Let's get some permissions in here where it says you guys can look back as far as you want. Read message history at everyone. Save changes. Okay, and so you can scroll back, and you can scroll back you guys will help us win, or he'll help us win. Bitcoin. You can scroll back to 525 when I started posting this. This is before I even knew about EXO charts. I was just showing you guys the light, basically. And you can see one of our older traders used to trade on Market Cypher, and he threw it in the trash. But you can go back and you can see these trades that I posted, and you can look at the consistency. And I haven't updated them all, and these are all like I mean, you'd have to go back and look at the charts to see real time, but they're all happening before these things are happening. And if we look at the trade tracker, since June 1st, and I've only gone up to August 1st, 554% the account's up, right? Just with these trades. And these aren't, I've taken a lot more trades than these, it's the end of August now, but these are just the trades that I've posted, right? And this isn't even including all of them. This is mostly just the BTC, but all the ADA, all the ETH, all the dot, all the soul, all the link, all the sushi, all of those shitty ass coins that we trade now, those aren't even in there. The precision is in the pudding. Remind me of Bill Cosby, bro. You'll advertise us? That'd be cool, man. That'd be really cool. Yeah, join the Discord and check it out. Gold trade's going on too. Cool. You know, check it out, and you know, just see what you think. Never gonna hurt, you know. But yeah, that's kind of how. And you know, this the market structure, and I know I keep kind of bringing this one up, guys, but I'm pretty proud of this one because we don't normally get to nail the top a lot, but on this time we definitely nailed her. So right, because we take a lot of safer trades. I'm more about consistency than anything, right? But this thing just set up right for the picking, right? It's too juicy to pass up. We just saw the structure get up here and it just got so weak and could not hold. We got a seller that came in heavy right here on this 33.50, tried it again. We got short, right? And in your indicators right here, you know what I mean? Like this is a pullback telling you to get long right here and probably long right here. Probably long right here, honestly. This thing's pulling back up. You get trapped in here long with all of these other fucking poor retail traders that don't do market structure. And, you know, Shazam, you fucking smack the ground. You know, just something to think about, you know. You like info on the CIA? But yeah, man, I know. Long story short, we're not here to bash on anybody. We're here to help everybody gain. You know, there's still people that use other charts. The only thing that I just recommend all the time, like when somebody tells me that they're using a different chart or if they're, you know, trading on something else, just to be careful, right? Be careful switching through all these time frames and things like that. That's a tough go, right? See, Bitcoin could not break this level up here, right? Came right to it, couldn't break it. That's telling you guys something, right? See that? Boom, short. And look at this right here. This is this is just like, I mean, this is just nonsense. Big man, I'm $700 down, right? What oh shit, hang on. All stars, right? AD. Big man, I'm down. I'm $700 down right now if I follow your strategy. How are you $700 down right now if you follow my strategy? I'm not sure. All right, Jens, we'll see you later, bro. How many days with 3K capital? I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. What strategy are you following? Anyways, um, but yeah, you know, so followed market cipher. Oh, yeah, I don't trade market cipher, my brother. Sorry. But yeah, so I am probably gonna call it here. It's 4:30. Gotta get ready to oh, before he saw us. Oh, okay. You're down 3K. Are you long or short? Awesome, Bearish. Hell yeah, that's awesome. How long to get in, to get back in? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Yeah, jump in the Discord, man, and be like, hey, what's up? You know, and I mean, even post your trade. Uh, if you post your trade and tag me at it, um, I'll help you for sure if I can. You know, you're long from where? All right, 897. See you later, bro. Trying to trade gold down to 1811. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to manage this gold trade real quick. Okay. 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 We're chilling. How often do I trade futures in the room? Every single day, my man. Every single day. Every single day. So you're from 493 with 10x lev. 493. Oh, so you're long from down here, right? Yeah, so if you're long from down here, and you're trying to add to a long position, you said if you're oh 493. Okay. I'm tripping. Oh, so you got long right here. That is tough, my man. For me, I would have closed that position out. As soon as we broke this value area high, I'm out of there. Oh, we're on Bitcoin. Hang on. Let me go back. Let me go to BTC. I'm looking at the wrong fucking one. You're on BNB. That's right. Are you on Binance or yeah, for sure, Brian. No problem. We can't search tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. What exchange? Are you on Binance though? 493. Oh shit. Oh, they got you, my man. They got you. Those momentum indicators got you, bro. You got caught in this right here. So when you take a trade like that, you got to cut it, right? So if you take a trade, you're getting in 493, so you're getting in right here on this break, right? Break up into this structure. When this thing doesn't reach this high, that's a sign that it's going to come back. And then if it breaks below this structure here, you got to cut it, right? Because it didn't even rotate through there. It came back into it, but now it's rotating back down and starting to form value down below, right? You've got to cut that thing early, way early. Did it go down or up, Eric? Let's look at this. Where's the ES at? Oh, the ES is trying to make a little move. Yeah, so my gold short should work out. Yeah, they got you. New high. New high doesn't count though in new high doesn't count in aftermarket though. Or Globex. Thanks, Munners. I appreciate that. Yeah, we have a good time in the live trade room for sure. And you guys have been killing it. You guys have been averaging about like 78% or 77% or something like that. You know, so it's you know, it's pretty cool to see you guys as you guys are, you know, growing. It's basically having like right in front of my face, which is cool to watch. Should you sell now? That's a choice that I can't make for you, my man. I can tell you, if it was me, I would have closed like right here, somewhere in this area. Um, but I do teach stuff like that in the TPO bootcamp, yeah. Just mentally write off that money, yeah. Yeah, what's your liquidation price? Take a peek at the real quick. Exactly as we expected. See? They got him with that. Oof. And you know what the worst part is, guys? Is that retail traders are still shorting this. There's still traders short. So, position is here. They bring the market up, sell everything they have. They bring it back down to the same stop, buy it back up, sell everything they have. Who's selling it? Retail, retail, retail. Who's buying it? Market makers. Sorry, I'm manage this golden trade real quick. Market makers buying it up, and look, boom, there goes everyone's stops. Nice little stop release. And what they're looking to see is if we have initiated buying from bigger places. We've got 20 minutes until the Asia Open happens. So we're looking for initiated buying from bigger players, or if we just see buying from retail, it's little small fish trying to take a bite, and then they're just going to sell everything back down, right? And where will they sell it back down to? Value, probably. They put a little bit of value right here, so maybe back down into here. But if they just see a bunch of retail selling, they'll just keep eating it up and eating it up and bring price to the upside, and then that's when the rocket ships happen. And then, you know, people lose all their fucking money. I'll join the next couple weeks. You pull on order flow, but I trade the ES or the YM. Your service. Awesome, man. 82nd airborne. Nice. So he was probably a good runner. Those guys can fucking run their asses off. Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, so it's cool to look. Yeah, we look at order flow too. Yeah, we do look at a lot of order flow. I have my chart open. We use like the footprint chart. You can kind of see what we're getting at. So we can even look at the order flow on this, right? So you get this buying off of the open. We're missing some oh, this is, never mind, hang on. Let's go back to the open. Here's the open. Let me just make this big. We can look at the order flow on the ES, and it will tell us exactly what's happening. So where's 1500 at? 1500's right here. So look, I had that position that we were talking about. Boom, buyers, buyers, buyers. Retails are selling it up. Retails are selling it up. Boom, they bust the top, right? So they start selling their position back down. They bring it back down. So they sold all of their position up here. They bring it back down. They're buying on the way down. That's what they do. But then they just start buying right here. Look at these big numbers. 1,800 sellers, 1,400 sellers, 600. Look at this. These big sellers getting down here. 1104. You know, the volume is at 10,000, which is pretty high for, you know, only being almost 2 hours into it. And it's not even till the 82nd. Oh, he was a pro boxer? That's badass. Yeah, tomorrow might be the last boot camp that I teach for a good amount of time. Oh, take a Hebe. Welcome, man. Nice. Liquidation's 449. Yeah. You know, and you see them, they buy it back up, and then they just start to sell it. And look who's buying it on zero, 261 and a zero. So they came down here, got their position, came back up, and retail traders, they want more punishment, right? They're buying this up, buying it late, getting trapped, and then shit on, right? Ugh, right on the chest. No good. And it's just because they're not paying attention to the market structure, right? Comes back down and they do it a third time, right? And this is not, this is, you know, big space, 550 to 1606, or so 1550 to 1606. So, you know, 16 minutes. They just absorb all of this, give sellers one breath of hope. Look, sellers get super short, and then price starts to go. Right? And so here's the actual open, and that was Friday's action that I was going over. So showing you how they captured the position, right? So they captured all of that position. Boom. They rip it up. Right? Sellers try to come in. People are trying to sell down here. You come down, buy it back up. They bring it back up. Now they're bringing it back down. It's you know, and they got a bunch of people trapped long. Look at this. There's a 9 up here. That's telling us that someone was trying to passively get in at the wrong spot. And that's going to happen a lot during pre or post market hours or Globex session because of that exact number right there. Those single prints on the top of those bars they're not good, right? That's showing you they're stuck up there. But yeah, the bootcamp's good. Bootcamp is definitely good. Check out the website. There's testimonials. You can check out the Discord as well for some testimonials, or you can just even be like, at everybody, anyone have any advice on if I should join the bootcamp? Because I get a lot of messages, you know, people are thinking, should they join the bootcamp if they don't have any experience trading and a lot of things like that. But we go over a little bit of everything. We are focused on the TPO, of course, because you know, that's how we trade. But you know, there is a little bit in there that's going to help you feel a little bit more confident as we go through. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna get some dinner ready. I think I'm gonna do some steak tacos tonight. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are at. And I will see you guys in the trade room bright and early. All right, you guys have a good day.